This is Mixed Nights. I'm going to be going over the ORAS viability rankings. This is, I think, attempt number 2. I'm recording with my friend BluBird. Just say hi.
Hello,
Yeah,
I am
so
BluBird.
we want to get
Nice friend.
some content out for the ORAS revival channel since it's been dead for like who knows how long. And
For the
we thought a good way to
for the
start is with.
patient
We said?
for the patient viewers
Yeah.
who are waiting and waiting.
Yeah, so we want to apologize for taking so long. This is, I think, attempt 2. We
Yeah,
last time we recorded it was like
yeah.
3 hours long and we lost all that footage. But here we are.
And just to give the people some lore, we were recording at like 1 a.m., right?
Yeah.
And it took us 3 hours. We were ranting. And what you see, the screenshot you see on the post that Mixnight did, was all we had for the first 3 hours. Okay, so please sit tight on your chair, grab some popcorn, get some water, and yeah, just lock your door so that no one can bother you and enjoy.
Yeah, because we're gonna be here for a long time. Like you see these, I think that's not even 11 months. That's like barely 10. That's 5, however many. This is all we did for I think 3.5 hours.
13.
13 months and three and a
Yeah,
half hours.
yeah, pretty
So
much.
we decided that to make it like we just do what's it called? We'll do a series. So we'll break it up because so today we're gonna do the S tiers, and then another time we're gonna do the A tiers, so that we don't spend 15 hours on one
Yeah,
call.
I can't wait on the C and D tiers, honestly. That's gonna
Yeah,
be a
I'm
fun
gonna
one.
be so excited to rank Shuckle, bro. It's gonna be so fun.
Oh my god, yeah. Gonna go up with we're gonna go up with text. Oh,
Anyway, yeah. So in
the
fact,
Oras the Oras metagame will be revitalized.
it's been so long since since that last video that the actual like the real VR was posted here. Let me scroll up. Yeah,
Yep.
it has been so long. Like it's May 3rd.
Classic classic rap classic raffles just stealing our thunder, you know.
Yeah,
I
classic.
couldn't wait a month.
It's been 2 weeks since this has dropped, and we thought eventually we have to get to this eventually. Yeah. So yeah. Uh,
You can drop the AZ meme that says like it's been 3,000
yeah.
years and
I'll
edit
put.
it and say like it's been almost a month.
I'll put that would be so cool as the thumbnail. I think I'll do that as a thumbnail. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so number 1, it's the king, it's the boss. How can we not start with this guy? In fact, we were looking at the old VR just here. Where is it? The ancient VR. It doesn't have mega metagross, which is it's insane. If you ask anybody like today,
Like
where they would rank metagross?
we and you even see it now. Like yeah, 16. Okay. And when was this posted?
This was
If you
posted
can
when
check.
27 to 27. No, wait, actually, no, it was last updated in
2017.
I think 2020. Okay, 2024,
I
obviously,
was
but
gonna say
I think this is
2024.
the 2022 or 2023 VR.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say like we're closing in on a decade. There's no way.
Yeah, literally.
About as much time as it took us to finish this video.
Yeah,
Uh,
bro, by the time we finish this series, the World Cup will have ended, man. It's gonna be so not just World Cup of Pokemon. I'm talking about like the actual World Cup next year.
the actual
So anyway, yeah.
spoiler alert: Lamine Yamal will win the World
Ye-
Cup with Spain.
Yeah, Spain is gonna beat everyone, but that's a discussion for another day. So we
Looking blue.
decided we
Yeah,
needed to rectify the mistakes of our elders, our forebearers, and put Metagross number 1 because that's a crime that it isn't actually.
yeah. You can't even see it without scrolling. Isn't that just rude?
Yeah, like you open the thing,
Like
first thing you see is this. Yeah, firstly he's not even on here.
that's the only reason why it's. Yeah. I mean, he's number one just because he wasn't included. This is an all-inclusive VR. Okay.
Yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
he wasn't even like the whole point of Oras is that Metagross is viable. Like Metagross is legal, not just viable. Because in SM they nuked that guy in like a week.
No, not viable. Broken is the word. Is the word
Yeah,
you're
broken
using.
is the word. Yeah,
Trying to. Yeah. Yeah. So, do you want to start?
yeah. I'll start. I'll just explain. Like, actually, I have
We're
some.
gonna run. Might as well, you know.
Hold on, your mic is breaking up. Your mic is breaking up.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Can you hear me now?
I think I can hear some echo on my end. Try to fix that. I mean,
Oh,
while I find the
okay.
I have it on my there's basically as the QC team we've been doing analyses and we have here it is. I just did a quality check for the Metagross set because Metagross needed some updates
Okay.
from last time.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically one set that rose, and with it, like a whole slew of things rose with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the word you're highlighting there. Power
This one.
up pants. I will not credit this to anyone because it's whatever. Like people will argue, oh, X this. Uh, it's a brilliant way of pressuring teams, okay? Because the bulk that Metagross has is actually like legitimately criminal, and the people who came up with the stuff institutionalized absolutely. So what you have is spades a big portion of the meta game. Okay, so you're talking more like mana people, cards, and it bans of new megas. Okay, bans of megas. It's one of the things that make it like apart. And you have one typing game, in my opinion, and it's one of the like steel types that we. And the way that I clarify
Hold on.
an actual
Your mic is
from a
breaking up.
false
You're
steel
breaking up.
type is the ability to check things like Mega Diancie, okay, like checking like Mega Lakazam. Like Excadrill cannot do that for the amount of well, it can do that, but it will not. So it's an amazing tool to have.
Yeah, for sure. What's it called?
Other teams we've seen it. Roger,
Your mic is breaking up on that part where you
ABR.
said it's speed. On the point of its speed, I think I want to stress that point especially because it has not heard clearly.
Okay,
Metagross is part of like there's this elite speed tier. I think we can call it the golden speed tier of the meta. 350 base
yeah, that's
110.
fair.
Because that's I think
110.
if you look later in the VR and think like what is it? You see these two here where they these two, Thunderous and Superior, most of like the big part of their viability is that they are faster than Metagross. That's one of their major like draws.
Yeah,
Because what's it called? Metagross hits 350,
and
Sup hits 356 or 357, and Thunderous hits 353.
57. Yep. So I'm gonna touch on that in a second, but I want to talk about something that's slightly controversial because Mega a bit differently. Like there's a set of criteria that every mon has to fill to be ranked. Is my
Mm-hmm.
mic okay? Is it better?
Yeah, it's better now. It's better. It's
Okay.
way better now.
So there's this criteria that every mon should be ranked based on how splashable it is, how much of an impact it has, or the roles it provides, and everything. And Mega Pokemon have extra set of criteria that is opportunity cost. Okay. So we've reached the point where Pokemon like Gardevoir, Medicine, okay, they're fast, but they're not Metagross fast. Metagross is the bug Pokemon, okay. So the thing is that a lot of these mons will break teams. Okay, Medicine is one of the most terrifying mons most of the time because of priority, because of everything. But the main thing is that they're not as fast as Metagross. Okay, they're not as bulky as Metagross. They don't offer that Metagross does. So I'm gonna categorize Megas by their sheer viability due to the defensive purposes and the actual role in a team, like
Mm-hmm.
breaker, like speed
Like whether
control, and
they can
like
fit
that.
like a
So when you
defined
look
archetype.
exactly,
Like the best
Metagross
megas
is
you'll
one of those
notice.
mons that will,
The best megas are the
yeah,
ones that like they
they
have a
also
defined
support.
niche. They have this guy is going to do X and he's going to do it incredibly well. Metagross is gonna do the bulky attacker, for example. The bulky and it has the thing is with Metagross is that it fits all of them. It's not just your fast mega, it's not just your strong mega, it's not just your bulky mega. It's all three of them in one slot.
Exactly, exactly. And what you do with Metagross is when you introduce to people power up punch, you have a breaker, you have speed control because +1 or +2 bullet punch, which is ridiculously easy to get by.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, someone should look into that. How easy power punch just, you know, grabs up and like versus Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn should beat Metagross, but now if Ferrothorn doesn't have Lead Seed, it's over.
Dude,
Okay, Power
Ferrothorn
Pants,
is
Metagross
is
at
an
plus three.
opportunity for me to boost.
Yeah, thank
I
you.
don't even.
Because of
The
the
thing is,
slow and how many hits it enables.
what's so crazy is that it doesn't even care about, like, sure, Thunderwave sucks, but you're getting boosts for your bullet punch that's gonna destroy the rest of their team. Because if they don't have, because typically on like a
Yeah,
Felthorn kind of structure,
not
the rest of the mons don't want to eat that steel move, and now you've boosted it, and you've boosted it, and you have like removed their steel resist. What's stopping Metagross?
Yep, I was gonna say that speed control is a bit tough in this tier, and now when you add in the limit of the speed control that resists bullet puns
Mm-hmm.
slash can take boosted bullet puns, the options are incredibly like limited. Like the most obvious example is Sand Drill. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Sandra's Extra Drill usually runs Adamant, resist what's it called, bullet puns. It's supposed to be safe. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Extra Drill does not KO Metagross, not even after rocks, and sometimes not even after spikes, especially if it's Jolly. It's literally miserable. Okay, so you have to form a whole plans. Just thank you for showing up the
Let
calcs.
me just show off
That's
calcs here.
genuinely like my point. Like typing Extra Drill. Yeah,
Where is
like
it?
that's zero attack drill. Okay.
Power up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can
Yep.
literally stay in standard Exca.
Yep. Power
This is
punch twice.
easy, easy. In fact, let's even add an impossible calc. Let's say they have stealth rock and 3 spikes. It's not even a guaranteed kill. And this, firstly, Exca is never going to be paired with
Yeah.
spikes. So this is a this is a fake calc.
Now pop up. And now pop up with extra drill and sand. Okay, with Sandra's, which is Adamax.
This one, adamant max
PowerPoint. Yep. It's a roll.
43.
It's a
This is
roll
in
kill.
Metagross's
Okay.
favor.
The rocks. Exactly. Okay. So, and that goes without saying that Metagross can also be bulked out if you're really feeling it. Okay. I have experimented with it like
You're
a lot of people
feeling it.
have.
You are feeling
And
it. Let's say you are feeling it.
yeah,
I've seen some of your Metagross, bro.
okay, yeah, I'm the villain. I'm the villain here. Okay, yeah, fair
Yeah.
enough. So now you fall into this conundrum that, okay, my Metagross deck will be Heatran because it takes like two power up punches fairly easily, and then
Hmm.
people forget that, oh my god, the coverage on this thing is disgusting.
Yeah,
Okay,
like you'll go to your Heatran expecting power punch,
earthquake,
like you try to punish
Volcanic,
it with the lava plume burn, and then you get hit by this
yeah,
earth, wrong
and
earth
before
move.
you finish, yeah, and before you finish and you realize like what the coverage is, it might be too late. Okay,
Hmm.
a main reason why Rocky Helmet Thunders rose in popularity is because of outspeeding Metagross and chipping it down with Rocky Helmet and Volt Switch because it's faster, okay? Same thing applies with Zapdos. Rocky Helmet static is like, and the Rocky Helmet reagents basically with guards on Zapdos and whatever it may be. It's literally because Metagross is really, really tough to pass, okay? We see stuff like defensive Volcarona, okay, with
Hmm.
like Impy's nature.
Oh
Because
yeah,
of
you
stuff
just
like
made a move that
Metagross,
set. In fact, this
yeah,
was just
the
added
same
to the
applies to Lopunny.
analyses just
Like
because it can take on
Volcarona,
Metagross,
yeah,
and even this still.
Volcarona's ability set is also contributed to Lopunny because it's usual that Fake Out plus Quick Attack is plus Rocks is a Volcarona counter nowadays.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's an extremely influential mon, and it should not be left out of any discussion as not top three. I was gonna say the most broken mon.
The thing is with Metagross that I wanna
Seen
talk
people
about
like
is
saying,
on top of
yeah,
adding like on top of it being incredibly like broken as by itself. I don't know. There's an ad here. I'll delete that. On top of being incredibly broken by itself, it's also shaped the meta around it. Like contact punish is now a
mhm,
very real style.
absolutely.
You have stuff like Helmet Thunderous.
Look at SPL, like the most common teams in SPL utilized a lot of Zapdos via Exadrill and then it goes like superior to Parametagross. And you have like pivots like Rotom not being as common as the Metagross second more because Pop, which is sort of a power pants, I'm gonna call it Pop and more
Let me just
nowadays.
show off that calc. Let me just
Pop,
show off that
then
calc.
Zen, Thunder Pants and Bullet Pants is all you need because Weavile is no longer speed control because Metagross is the better form of speed control versus Weavile. Okay, and it might sound ridiculous, okay, when you think about, okay, Metagross is not that good. And I will agree, yeah, every mon has like flaws. But on the same time, first of all, no one runs they use speed, like Volcanion or Blizzard, even Cloyster, okay? So that number also, like, how easy it is to down Rotom,
Hold on, you
then you
cut
have
out
like a
during that
serious
last part.
problem.
Your mic cut out during that last part. I think
Like
it's
I'm saying that a lot of people don't use max Rotom anymore because Rotom also fills other roles. Helps versus Volcanion, it helps versus
mm-hmm.
Cloyster, Charizard, like with fast wisp and everything. And a lot of people also go use Rotom as a means to limit Metagross pre-mega, like faster than 62. Like a lot of mons, like that benchmark is becoming slowly but surely the most significant speed benchmark in the tier.
Yeah, that base 70 is incredible. Like there's so many mons there.
Yeah,
There's so many mons there.
yeah, like Excadrill that is lower than Metagross pre-mega or Manaphy that's lower than Metagross pre-mega is close to unviable. It needs to be like considered very, very thoroughly
Like
before it's put on the
yeah, it's
team.
extremely
Okay.
specific. Like what's it called? 240 speed. Remember when
Yeah.
240 speed X was a thing? The max special defense version.
Yeah. And max defense too, like runs to 40 for Volcanion,
Yeah, that
which
set has completely
nowadays not for
disappeared.
Volcanion, it's for Blizzard. Yeah, because it
Like
had to.
it's hard to fit. It's
And
hard to
some might
justify.
say, yeah, and some might say that, you know what, since it's defensive, it can take on power pants Metagross more reliably. And I'll say, yeah, but at the same time, Excadrill cannot be your Metagross check.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a pivot, okay, I'll give you. But
Because the thing is, even if it is not, even if it isn't like power punch, sure, you have your Excadrill as your Metagross check. What happens when you face this? Like, look at
how
this
much
calc.
speed?
Sorry, this is +1. My bad.
Tell me how much speed. Yeah, this is insane. Okay, this is genuinely
If it
insane.
carries either of these moves, which it very easily can, it very easily can fit these.
Yeah, you have to pivot it in on like bullet pants or ice pants, and then hope that you take DQ or
It's
whatever.
the same way it checks
And
Diancie. It just can't come in. It has to like come in
yeah,
predicted move.
yeah. And the thing is with Metagross that you can't KO it back. Okay, you can't knock out. Like there is a lot of don't KO it, especially faster.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of what you Volcarona. Okay, let's pray you don't get flinched or KO'd by Zen, depending on
This is a
spread. Yeah,
classic.
Alakazam
This is a
is not
classic
even close.
calc.
Not even close. And even Bishop, like non-life of Bishop with Sucker Punch. Okay, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Okay. Weavile doesn't come close, Scarfstar doesn't come close and just gets set up on. Okay. Like a lot of bishops right now are not look
It should
life.
have to be life orb. It has to be life orb, and it's still not guaranteed.
Yeah, like the odds are in Metagross's favor, even after rocks, I think.
If
But yeah, take that and go
it's
with light classes if you want.
yeah, it's
Same thing.
easily tanked, easily tanked.
It, it leaves it leaves rocks,
Even
yeah,
after
plus
rocks,
sucker pants.
and then you just give it a free boost,
Yeah.
and then oh my goodness, what else is there? Volcarona.
Yep.
You'd have to be life orb
Volcarona
and
will
just
KO with monsters.
and pray that pray that this calc doesn't show up. This like
Think you
Volcarona can't take
have to
any
play
like
your cards
especially
very
if it's the
carefully.
life orb set and you didn't give it a chance to boost. You could just Zen headbutt it.
I'm gonna say this, and I mean it. Okay, if you use Volcarona to set up on Metagross, you either fucked up like early in the game, or you need to use like a better because it's
It's
right
very
unless
unreliable.
you absolutely have to like pull a game out of your ass
Like you'd have
at
to,
that
yeah, you
point.
have to be forced into that.
Like
It's not a position you like are happy to be in at all,
yeah.
because you're just gonna get Zen headbutted
Anyway,
and like deleted.
yeah, Metagross fits on every team. We said that. A lot of the SNA tiers are basically structured there because of the matchup against Metagross and what they provide for or against Metagross. I think that's a valid way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you have stuff that force some certain Metagross sets. Like Metagross needs to have, same arguments can be made about, but Metagross just fits on a ridiculous themes. It can always be used. It's a very safe and consistent, and it's at the number of the best Pokemon in ORAS OU currently.
Yeah, for sure. I think our top three
I,
was pretty accurate to the current one. It is, in fact, it is accurate. It's perfect.
I mean, yeah, the S ranks can be sifted around in any case, but like a lot of people, I think Raffles posted like the demographic of the people, like the stats of the
It
voters and everything,
was.
and Metagross was like 90% number one.
Yeah, it was. I remember there was only one person who didn't rank it number one, and I think that was Aethy because he was trolling
Yeah,
as
and that
standard.
was a special snowflake. I don't remember who he is, but like, congrats, you ruined it. Yeah, Nano's best one on the team.
Yeah, like you'd have to
I'm
be
kidding, I'm
something.
kidding.
Something has to be missing upstairs, but it's okay. Anyway,
Yeah.
number two, this guy,
So you want to move? Yep. This guy.
dude, he
What do
does
you even say about
everything.
this guy, dude?
He does everything. Literally, like we just saw in the car. Like, look at all the. Let me just show off these sets. This is updated recently, so you know
Yeah,
it's real. One, two, three, four, five, six, six, and they all do the exact. They all do the exact same thing.
yeah. It's like a remake of the same movie kind of
Literally,
thing.
dude. Xka
Yeah, it's
does. In
James
fact,
Bond with a different actor.
let me
Like,
give this guy a better
yeah,
viewing. Let me give this guy a better. Oh, this feels weird. Why am I on here?
and let it be known that whatever we said about the Metagross Excadrill interaction,
Mm-hmm.
okay, that also goes to complement Excadrill because you know, it should put it as an emblem. Like it should wear it with pride because Metagross is one of the best. Like holds its own sometimes versus it, and that goes to show like how many turns you can buy with Excadrill because free turns are everything
Yeah.
basically and practically. And Excadrill is a master of getting and creating those. You can like okay,
Hold on, you completely
see a
cut out for that
Cresselia
last
off.
spot. You completely cut. I think there's
Can
a
you hear
problem
me?
with. Hold on, just give me a sec. Um,
Yeah, okay.
Give me a sec. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. Hold on, guys. I need to fix something on my computer that's causing him to cut out. Okay, we're back. I needed to get an ad blocker and also fix some things on my computer, but we should be good now. Before we continue with Xka, I just wanted to point out one thing that I forgot to mention with Metagross. Um, Aside from running, like you know how we were talking about bullet punch, power punch, like thunder punch, all those Zen headbutt. One move that I think is super slept on, and I was talking to I was talking to Manat and
This
Klefki
is
KH about this in my Masters League Discord. Meteor Mash is crazy. Like that move is insane. At what one? It's like
if
90
you wanna
BP,
know.
90 accuracy,
Yes.
and it has a 20% chance to boost attack. What? How is that? How is that fair? Because it's so
It's a stab
spammable as
move.
well.
Yeah, it's a stab move coming from tough close boosted like 100 watt base attack, 145 base attack move.
145, same as Landorus. 90,
Yeah,
20% chance to boost attack. This move is literally just sometimes it's literally just steel type power
and
punch.
yeah, I was gonna say still the power punch is very well put. I was gonna say, and it's ridiculous to just to showcase how ridiculous Metagross that
Hmm.
stab move like it's considered slept on at the moment.
Yeah,
And don't even get me started on the scenarios of pursuit Metagross on teams that support it.
I wanted to
Okay,
talk about. Oh yeah, we forgot to mention this
because
set. On top of being a crazy
like
attacker, it can also run support with Stealth Rock and Pursuit. Like these are very real options.
and it's actually insane when you think of stuff like trapping Tornado's T. So like consistently and reliably, I would say, and stuff like the answer, like it forces a tip on a lot of mons.
Hmm.
Like the classic example of having the Yancy and Tango Metagross can just pursue slowly but surely. You know,
Yeah, for
no
sure.
contact punished. Okay. The Yancy is like forced out and tipped like 20%, like percent. and eventually, there's no Deancey. And the same can be said about Cliff, can be said about Mons. But Metagross has the bulk and has the status as a Mon as a breaker.
I
Pull
think
that kind of thing
also
off.
on top of
And to
that,
be considered slept on with that attribute.
I also wanted to like say one thing that we forgot to mention, that at the moment I'd like to say the meta is very trade heavy, and Metagross is like the epitome of that. It's the alpha, the apex predator in terms of trading, because it can run every
Yeah,
single move, and it can live every single hit, and it
out,
can kill
out
every
of
single
nowhere.
mon.
Yeah.
Ice Punch is
And
how is Ice Punch is considered underrated sometimes, because how often it's not run, and it's still an incredible option, because instead of letting
it's
Garchomp
one of
take
the few.
instead of letting Garchomp take half your health,
Yeah, yeah.
you just knock it to the Ice Punch, it's dead, and you only took what 30%. That's an incredible trade, especially for offense.
I just want to say that's one of the few, like literally few shortcomings of Metagross.
Hmm.
And that is it can't fit all 10 moves it has like available in the same set. Okay, so it kind of has to limit itself.
One,
And the
two,
other one being
three,
that
four,
prone
five,
to
six,
static, it's
seven,
prone to Rocky Helmet, it's prone to
eight,
contacts.
9. Yeah, for sure. If Metagross could run all of its moves, it would never be allowed in OU. Never. Never. It's insane. So anyway, back to Excadrill. What are we saying about him? Let me move him up here.
Like a Zam can threaten as much, especially now that Zam runs more commonly. Um, so it does have a shortcoming, perfect one, but it's damn near the closest we ever get, in my opinion. Like with Edge stuff, he's looking like it's him.
Looking at all these sets, Exca runs the same moves every single time.
Yeah,
Swords Dance,
the
Stealth Rock,
the
Spin,
thing is
Earthquake,
that
Iron
actually,
Head. Swords Dance, Stealth Rock, Spin,
uh,
Earthquake, Iron Head. Sub, and then
I
sometimes it's
think the
substitute
thing
or
with
Toxic.
Excadrill,
Uh huh.
yeah,
And then Rocks. It has
there's also
six
Protect as an
moves.
option.
It has 6 moves that it consistently runs, and every single time,
Yeah,
even
7
though
moves,
you
that's
know what
all
is
it is.
coming, it's still gonna do something. Always, 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 always gonna do something.
It's not the moves. It's not the moves or the mon. Sometimes it's also the spread.
Hmm.
Because if you let's say figure out the wrong spread on Excadrill, because it can be VK, talking Rotom Hydro Pumps, Thunderous Focus Blasts, Weavile knockoffs, and go and so on and so forth. Like spreads make or break. Does that sound like it makes sense?
Hold on, you cut out on that
Because
last part.
with Death Excadrill plays,
All I heard was spreads make or break a Pokemon, and yeah, I don't
yeah,
disagree with
yeah.
that.
Excadrill is the perfect example of that because Speed Death Drill with Fizz Death Drill plays like really, really differently.
Hmm.
Versus stuff like the answer versus Metagross. Like Fizz Death Drill saw an uptick in use in the past years, mainly because it is since to adapt mons around,
Hmm.
and also Excadrill will fit on 100% of the things you'll find.
Yeah,
100%, and this is
every
not even
single team that
ridiculous.
has ever been made can fit Excadrill, and it's not even
Yeah,
like a conversation, like
exactly.
an argument or debate. If it exists,
And I'm not
Excadrill
talking
can fit on
style.
it.
Yeah, I'm not talking style. I'm talking literally teams, sixes, squads. Okay, Drill will be able to be there and will be able to provide the utility it does provide. And I would not like to underplay the thing we said earlier about the coverage. Okay,
Hmm.
like it runs like 6, 7 moves total. Okay,
Yeah,
because these moves are like very high impact. Okay,
yeah.
like literally make or break it.
It has few
Drill
moves.
is toxic.
I think it's with
Yeah,
drill. It's more about quality than quantity, because all of its moves are always there,
absolutely.
and they're fantastic. Earthquake has been Earthquake since Gen 1. Ironhead is great into the fairies all over, because it's a steel type. It's supposed to deal with the fairies, but even that is droppable for Rock Slide to hit the flying types that are gonna
If
annoy
you're
it, like
confident, yeah, that's the thing.
Zapdos.
Especially Zapdos, mainly
Zapdos
Zapdos
is the
and
main target,
Thunderous.
like
Yeah,
number one. Zapdos, Thunderous. because you can easily tank their hits, and then you take off like 70% of their health. That's opening up for like a teammate, like our big bad Metagross, to come and deal with the rest of the team.
Yeah, and even and Excadrill is one of those mons that kind of cleans up for its own late game. If
Mm-hmm.
you like, if you go with Sandra's classics, Rock Slide once on the Sandro switch in on the pivot or the Zapdos switch in. Okay, next time you're spamming AQ. Okay, you're spamming AQ is like
Facts, that's true. Especially like
in terms of
if you can keep off like if you can keep your rocks up, which is not the hardest task in the world. Exca gets to just spam EQ, especially once it gets, especially if it runs edge quick coverage, you take 70 off of the Zapdos. It can't come in to take your
yeah.
Exca on anymore, especially the rocks up.
Also, Mold Breaker is a fantastic ability. You want to say that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and Excadrill is one of the
Incredible.
yeah,
Not
and
just for
Excadrill is
the
one of
not
the mons that utilize
uh huh.
greatly. One of my favorite sets personally is Swords Dance with Mold Breaker. Okay, because of the ability to just ruin stuff. Okay, like,
Yeah.
fuck Quagsire, fuck Clef, fuck Zapdos, fuck Skarmory. Like, it's one of those guys that Excadrill will just stay in and farm
I was just about to say that.
counter.
The thing is, typically when people hear Mold Breaker, you think about Earthquake on Rotom. It's more than just that. You click
Yeah,
Swords Dance versus the
or
Stall team.
or rocks, or
You
rocks on
click
the Ansi, stuff like that.
yeah,
Yeah,
rocks on the Anzi. Like those are I know those are my in my opinion those are minor compared to you click Swords Dance versus the Stall team, and you have Rocks Glide for example. They are finished. They are genuinely finished. They can't do
yeah,
anything. They have to have something that is faster than you, and typically that is something that does not switch into Excadrill. It's like you see, it has so much that it can. It's incredible.
yeah. The offensive mons that switch into Excadrill even once are mons that cannot kill it in one hit. If that makes sense. Stuff like Serperior, for instance. Okay, it can take an Iron Hit, even a boosted Iron Hit. Then you have stuff like Keldeo and Manaphy,
Mm-hmm.
which are the exceptions to this rule. First of all, Manaphy will not KO Speed Deft, you know,
No, it
if
won't.
it is not boosted. And, but Keldeo is obviously like a big exception to this rule, but Keldeo is also shouldn't be bad about
I think
it.
like
Sort
if we just if we just look at on here, I currently have like the top mons that we listed. Out of all of these, the only things that really like truly chase out Exca with a one hit KO, like from neutral now or ignoring boost is Keldeo
yeah,
and does Alakazam. I think
yep,
Exca easily tanks Alakazam, right? And
it does.
maybe Metagross when it's megad
No.
with Hammer Arm. Otherwise, it can eat all of their hits.
Alakazam kills. Alakazam kills, but Exca has the thing that on the teams that it forces itself into, switching into that psychic is all it needs to do because
Mm-hmm.
then Alakazam has to go into a whole trope of, okay, is he staying in on Focus Blast? Is he going? Because I can easily pivot Excadrill on psychic, go Thunderous on Focus Blast, threaten Alakazam out
Mm-hmm. It opens up mind
on the
games for
team.
you.
And whatever.
Because
Yeah, and now
even
it
if they
like it
try to
creates a
predict
lot of
your
situations.
if you have like another psychic type like Slowbro, they try to catch that with the Shadow Ball. Xka is a perfect switch into that. Like Xka will give you that pivot. You switch it in on the psychic. Now they
Yeah,
are
because it's
I
not a
would say
wall.
they are forced into Focus Blast. That gives your psychic type a free switch. Your
Yeah,
Latias, your
yeah, it
who else? Slowbro, I
exactly.
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a pivot. It's not a wall. Never meant to be a wall.
it is never meant. Yeah, it is
The only
never meant
thing
to be a
is that
wall.
Excadrill has the issue that it is a tad slow, and every mon in the tier kind of adjusts to Excadrill speed.
Mm-hmm.
Like even stuff like Garchomp and Lando and Manaphy, Volcarona, like very rarely you will see. Like Volcarona can get away. The thing is,
Hold on,
the
you cut off at that
Excadrill
last part
has this
for Volcarona can get away with Modest. Just go back from there.
because it's broken. Yeah, like yeah, like it doesn't need to run real speed. It goes
Yeah.
after bulk and stuff. Volcarona is its own man. Like I can't judge that.
You know,
I was gonna say that Exodil is
uh-huh.
go on,
Yeah, I
go
was
on.
saying one thing I like about Xka is that its speed is so like I think aside from the remember how we were talking about how 262 the base 70 speed tier is incredibly important. Xka speed tier has
Yeah,
become in that tier because nowadays I don't like running Adamant Medicham because I will get revenge killed by Xka and that's like so
absolutely,
annoying. So annoying.
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. You're
Like
right about this. Like
like
100%.
Manafi can now runs timid. I want to say because if you get revenge killed by X, it's like,
And
dude,
it's
you're
not
supposed to be beating this thing.
it's not getting it's not about getting revenge killed by Exodil. It's like sometimes not this is
It
not
will
the
force
case,
damage.
because Exodil, it's not just that. My
Hmm.
point is that if drill is faster than Manaphy, all you need to do, like, picture this scenario. It's offense versus offense. Manaphy is a +3. Excadrill now can spin because it's faster. Now Thunders come without rocks.
Yes.
Vol switch, sack. Vol switch, Manaphy is dead. Situations like that. And it's just so important to have like monster that speed this. And it brings me to my next point is a few shortcomings that speed, which is not even a shortcoming. It's the fact that it's really abusable, really one dimensional as a mon. Okay, it will run ground spin, okay, and then it's a toss up between rock slide, toxic detect, but there are some factors make drill the is, and you can abuse those. Like
Hmm.
you saw a lot of like drill run rocks, and the metagame adapted
Yeah.
SERP to block it and stuff. And like default Zapdos like sits on rocks drill all day,
Stuff
and
like
a lot of
what's it called?
monsters switch into drill like
On
yeah,
top of that, again, Xka has a meta growth trait of like it forces the meta to evolve with it. Like the things had to
yeah,
change because of Xka. What's his name?
and that
Cofagrigus
thing it
is
did
now a thing, for example.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Cofagrigus
Like
is on the map because of
where is it even
yeah.
ranked? I think it's like 8 here. Where is it? Let me B plus. Dude, this thing is RU. No one knew
Yeah,
who nobody knew who this guy was. No one knew who this guy was until we realized, hey, we need something to stop Xka from spinning every single time.
because these rocks drill, like spin drill types of bulky offenses were so easy to use,
Mm-hmm.
it became ridiculous to play against. Like you couldn't just punish it beforehand, and people came up with Cofagrigus. Either it was Seasons, the Germans, the whoever it was. Okay, uh, like people adapt, like the metagame adapts, and the metagame adapts.
Hold on,
It's not
you're
just.
cutting out, you're cutting out again. We'll fix
I'm
that
just
one day.
saying. I'm
But
just
yeah, you're saying
saying.
the meta it adapts, yeah.
Yeah, and adapts around them, not just because they're here, but like literally adapts around them and because of them.
I think that's a
So
mark
we're
of a
here
good
because we're here.
Pokemon. That like
Absolutely,
you'd
yeah.
have to be elite
Consistent.
to have the meta adapt around you. It's a sign that hey, this is real, this is legit, this is incredible.
Speaking of metagame around adapting around
This guy,
into one of the smoothest transitions in the history of YouTube.
dude. Where do we
Man,
even start with this guy?
yeah,
I think we need to go over it
fuck
like
this,
chronologically. Like
fuck this moment.
we started
Can
out
we
with,
go? Can we go to Weavile now? Is that
no, no,
enough
no, no,
said?
no. Dude, it's so annoying to face. Oh my days, it's so annoying. So we started out with sub leech. That was back when you ancient Nini, these ancient days of like whenever you
Yeah,
guys were playing
yeah.
before us new gens came up with
Karen Zen,
evil
yeah, Karen
resto
Zen, Karen
chesto.
Zen said.
Uh-huh.
Karen Zen Nextradrill was mainly sub seed lift storm HP fire. Okay, then you could see like the rare sub glare or even like I don't know, glare with dragon pulse stuff like that. Then some crazy fucking lunatics light screen and reflect on it, and
Dude,
actually,
I think the Earth was that was a terrible day for everybody on Earth when
yeah,
light screen
yeah,
reflect dropped. Oh my days! Because that was, in
yeah.
fact, you know what's so bad is that's when I started playing the tier. So now imagine new guy, like I'm like, oh, let me try out this new fun like tiers. Like, oh, Metagross is legal. Oh, we have Keldeo is broken. I love Keldeo.
Mm-hmm.
And then I queue up on the ladder and I see Superior Mana Fee Volcarona, Landorus, I don't
We
even know what
had
mega they had. And then it's just, they set up screens, and then they taunt me, then they glare me, they taunt me or they glare me, then they go Mana Fee Tail Glow win, they go Volcarona Quiver win. Like, do you know how, I remember I was trying to ladder with Hydreigon, so it's like, I was playing at the wrong time. Like the days of like balanced teams had long gone when this had dropped because it
a
was
wrong time,
so
yeah.
evil. It was I really was loading. I think I was loading 2016, 2017 teams into screens better. It's like it was so bad.
Okay, so a small thing about this is that we had an uptick of 8-0 adapting at a game at the time, with that being like screen Zatu, like Poek used to love this kind of screen Zatu, and then B Sharp, what's it called, Zardex, Azumarill.
Oh, I know that team. I remember that team.
Yeah, and that was really annoying, really annoying. But then Superior came, and it feels like, the second screens just hit. It's
Did you see the
it's
second
like
screens hit the tower?
you cannot. Yeah, I was gonna say that the screens hit the second tower or something like that. I bossed it. It's
Mr.
okay.
President's
You got the
screens
thing.
have hit the Pentagon.
Yeah. Yeah. Bush was the president. Anyway,
Yeah.
the most annoying thing is that Serb had this weird thing that it made the mons around it look broken. Okay, everyone and their mother was arcade. Manaphy should be banned. Volcarona should be banned. XY, like Gondra used fucking Tyrantrum in SPL
Oh
because of
yes, I
screens.
remember that,
Okay,
dude. Sub
actually,
made literally
the first
anything,
one of those.
that could set up broken, absolutely
Yep.
broken.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. I remember like there's this guy Ben Gay. Okay, he was a crazy visionary. Okay, amazing player and amazing builder, and he had this. I don't know if he was the first person to come up with like screen serp or whatever. It was either him or Will of, and Will of Fire. That guy is a Italian, great friend of mine. Okay, and the thing is that he used this one team. Like he had this one team which was like Mega Tita with the screen serp had Holusa. Fucking Holusa. When was the last time?
Dude, Holucha doesn't
Okay,
exist in this gen. It doesn't. It's
yeah,
not a
and you
thing.
say like, look at the tier, look at the tier. It can be good, but no, it's not. Okay, just you
That's
cannot
it.
argue that anymore. Anyway,
Anybody who says Holucha is good is delusional.
yeah, thank you. It's not even on the VR, I think. Like I'm pretty
Nah,
confident.
and in fact, let's actually confirm
Anyway,
that.
yeah, yeah, and it was this crazy fucking team because no
Phrase
one
not
was
found.
expecting the DD Megatar and the screens. Okay,
Oh, was
you
that
say,
the one with Landorus lead? Like, was it Life Orb Exca?
yeah, thank you.
That's the one, dude.
No,
Oh
it
my
was
days.
like Lando Holusa, um, Tiranta, Drill, Serp, Manaphy or something like that. There was also the classic, the typical late show, which is basically take whatever your mega of choice, Manaphy, Serp, and it's like over. Okay, like you can see teams like these
Was this
even
Manafi?
right now. Yeah, it was pretty close. Yeah, it could
This.
be. It could also be not drill. Could also be not drill, but I don't remember the exact six because I think.
The one I was familiar with is this one. I think it was Latias. And then I think Volcarona or something.
Yeah, it's look at how many mons fit on this style. Okay,
We could just keep
look at how
changing.
many
Oh,
mons
we don't want this, we
fit on
want
this. Yeah,
Arrow. We don't want this, we want, I don't know, Metagross.
gross.
Yeah, we don't
Yeah,
want this, we
look at
want SD Weaver. Like we could just
and
boom,
notice
all of a sudden we have a team.
and notice and notice and notice one thing. You changed 5 months out of the six. What is the one mon you didn't change?
Literally, this guy. It's.
You know
I
what I
can
mean?
keep on going. I can keep on changing. I can keep on changing. But as long as he's here, it's something. We're gonna. It's gonna be an
Yeah.
evil team. Like it's the things. It in the
There is this
beasts.
thing.
The beasts that this enables.
Yeah.
Oh my days.
There's this thing in ADV which says that like Aerodactyl is one of the best electric techs in the tier. Okay, because when you think of the electric
Hmm.
Jolteon, okay, I'm not an ADV expert, far from it, but the basic principle is that for speed, defensive, offensive, okay, and in this scenario, the same applies superior.
You know,
Raises,
I was talking to some friends the other day on that point of speed. We're talking about like
yeah,
megas that have what he was asking me what megas have like good defensive utility or something like that because he's new to the tier. And then we're listing megas.
yeah,
Then he's asked me why is was it Gardevoir counts as like not
Lopunny.
having defensive utility, but Alakazam
Yeah,
counts. And then another friend chimed in and he said because speed is defensive utility. If you're fast, you have defensive utility. It doesn't matter whether you have moves,
exactly.
as long as you're fast, you have defensive utility.
You will check this mon because you're faster, and even if you don't switch into any move, like superior with synthesis is now considered like a hard check to kill. The good check to the answer, okay? Because of this one thing,
In
speed.
fact,
It's
let's actually see the analysis
switch
because I
into
remember it was updated.
any move.
I remember this was updated. They
The
added new
basic spread
sets here.
is 112 HP. I don't think it's updated though.
It is. Part of the QC team. We updated. This
Oh,
was
it is?
dropped
Okay,
this
good,
week.
good, good. Okay,
There's
nice.
this.
Okay.
There's
There are a lot of
this
things you
is
can
the
do
old
with
one. This is the old
superior
one.
spread. Yeah, there are a lot of things you can do with superior spreads. You can IV one for Pop Metagross, okay? I have max, like HP and speed. You have max special.
I think this
A
is one of
great
those
set.
weird ones because its purpose is that it takes I think three seismic tosses from Chansey and then it taunts it and then it forces
Yeah.
Rocky Helmet and then it breaks it. Like, dude,
Yep.
this is Chansey is supposed to deal with special attackers like this, and we have a set that is literally
Yeah.
tailor made to destroy Chansey. Like you see this, and then
Exactly.
you can also run knockoff. Like
It
it
doesn't.
has crazy utility.
I cannot undermine like the impact that Superior has versus Hyper Offense. Ridiculous, ridiculous. Like genuinely, like Glare is the most stupid you can imagine. Mon like so it's a mon that boosts boosts itself. Okay, sorry, I got
No, it's
boosts
okay. You're good.
itself
Yeah.
while
While also
while
doing
it
crazy, like
attacking
this thing
attacks.
has it has stab Draco. Well, essentially stab Draco because New
Yep,
Storm is that like, dude, this is not a weak
120,
move. This is an incredible move actually.
130,
Hyper
and
beam
then it boosts.
hyper beam is 20 power more and it is non-stab. It's weaker than this.
Yeah, exactly. And good point actually. And you have stuff like okay, you say counters to Superior exist, and yeah, they do. If Superior wants them to, okay.
If you like,
Tornadoes when glared is not a counter.
it's not. I
Okay,
remember there was a
not
time when
anymore.
we
It's
thought
not a
this was like
counter.
a good answer to Superior, and then it just did this.
Yeah, and then hello, HP Rock. Yeah,
Like all of us,
like
like
Serp is so good. Serp is so good. It adapted to the own teams. They like the teams that it actually made itself. You know, like some might say, "Oh, how do you beat HO?" And struggles. Then you have HPI Superior, which is tailor-made Superior. You
hold on, you're
have
breaking out.
Serp.
But like the main point you're saying is that it literally picks and chooses what it wants to beat, like what it wants to beat
You
it.
wanna
Not
talk?
not Sub
You
doesn't
wanna
choose
talk
what
about
it
a lot
wants
of
to
moves?
beat. It chooses what it lets beat it.
Yeah, exactly. And the problem is that you don't choose, like, you only have 6 mons, okay? And you can
Mm-hmm.
only do so much. When you miss position versus it, it's punishing. I remember I played versus the,
Hold on,
and I
you
missed
cut out. You cut out.
it.
You remember you played versus?
Can you hear me?
You remember you played versus
Paprika
the?
Flow.
Yeah.
Great player.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, great player. He had a Serp, I had a Navy Tornadoes. And I mispositioned myself. Basically, let him glare my turn, and then I got parried, okay? And then I had to glare to get my AVQ glared.
Yeah.
Then I got
Oh
free.
my goodness. This
And I'm not
it's
saying
because
this
Glare is
strategy
so
like,
broken.
oh my god, it's so lucky. It's that it punishes lazy plays so much.
Mm-hmm.
And the same way I lacked
Was that one bulky Keldeo, bulky
lighthouses. I
Metagross
like
team?
Yeah,
Because I
yeah.
think I remember that replay
And
I
I
had.
had
Hmm.
I was playing lighthouses, and my only out point was, okay, you know what? I'm gonna click the funny button and get rewarded because of it. And I did. I glared the tornadoes. I dodged the hurricane,
And
and
now
then there's like
now
only
you're
so
in
much.
business.
Yeah, and now the game is over.
Hmm.
It's a ridiculous mon. It fits on every team as well. Maybe not on, but I'm sure some crazy maniacal guy come up with it like fucking Raffles or whatever it
I'm
is.
sure Ruffles has
And it
some.
will.
I'm sure he has some teams hiding in his
Yeah,
loader that he's not yet revealed.
we have some projects. We have some projects with Raffles. Don't worry. Like,
Now for
anyway, I think it's enough about Superior.
we
It's a
could go on and
great
on
mon. It's
about
one
this
of the
guy
best mons
forever.
here.
Now
Yeah,
for
but we
the
don't want to be here for another 4 hours, dude.
yeah.
It's like
Anyway, now it's for this guy. Oh my days. We put this. I think it's interesting that we need to talk about these two together for a bit. Like we need to talk about why we have this.
yeah,
Um, because in the main it's Clef is first,
yeah.
then Zam, then
They
Weavile.
betrayed me. The player base betrayed me. Weavile should have been underserved, in my
Dude,
opinion.
Weavile should be Ubers. I don't care. It should not be on this list. It should be on the Ubers viability rankings. This guy is busted. Okay, essentially we had this
Okay,
guy
so
here
let me
because
phrase it
of offense matchup. You
let
can
me
explain
phrase it
more.
like this.
Hmm.
Yeah, let me phrase it like this. ORAS Weavile is like black and white killed you. Does that make sense?
Yes, 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 yes.
Good. Okay. So you have crazy speed tier for the tier. Okay, it's crazy speed tier. You have a stab move that makes progress knockoff. Okay, that undeniably forces progress. And you have a stab move with 30% funny chance to do the funny thing in a funny game. Okay, you say, I want a nice resist. And I'll say, okay, good. You have your slow bros, whatever it may be. Does it make knockoff? No, not a good eye resist. It doesn't count as nice resist. Sorry. I have a dark resist. I have clef. Am I safe versus weird? No, because icicle crash will flinch you.
Hmm.
You will get knocked off, and then icicle crash will KO you like
Oh,
inevitably.
I need to show a calc real quick to show just the
Yeah, yeah,
crazy
go on.
influence of Weavile in the tier. Like when you first like look at Xca's like standard set, right? You notice that it has some defensive
Hmm.
Vs, right? Like just this is just for someone who's new
Yep.
to the tier. You notice it has some defensive Vs. I want you to pay attention to this calc right here. This is exactly why Xca
Yeah,
runs defense. Because if you
and
don't,
they run more defense too. Like they can run more
they can
both.
run more.
If you
If you don't,
if you
you open
go
yourself up to this.
if you go 56 if you go 56 HP and 80 defense,
Uh huh.
okay, add stealth rock to the mix. It's a perfect hit. Okay, you live. Okay, you're chilling.
Let's see
Okay,
what it's like with the
and you know that
standard.
I
Yeah,
have my
you're still open to this calc. It's insane.
yeah. You need like specific spreads. You need specific hooks. Hyper offense literally crumbles to Weavile if not well prepared.
Hmm.
Like one of the reasons why mana they are, it's because they're safe from that guy. Okay, they're safe from that guy. Like genuinely,
If we look back at this team that we built,
Weavile can be.
let me show you.
Okay, go on.
We had this here. This is just like this the example, like whatever we had. Like you just throw in any of these.
Template. Just a template. Yeah,
Where is
just a
our?
template.
Show me like if you're like where is exactly is the Weavile like switching on this team except for our own Weavile who is two hit
It's
KO'd by.
focus as counter Weavile.
That's literally like
Like,
it. All of its moves two hit KO.
yeah,
Oh, sorry. This is a
and
polar
basically
scope.
that goes to show how people what? Oh,
So I don't know where to shake about my snow. But anyway, yeah. This is literally a set.
uh, what a part of yeah, it is. Thanks Santo or whatever demon was that made the thing.
These people need to be.
Uh,
They need to be
or
studied.
ABR or WoW or whatever.
They need to be studied.
Yeah. Um, I want to highlight one thing about the S tiers and about the current state of the metagame.
Hmm.
I love to play Auras because now you cannot get away with being. there was a time when and people were recycling,
Yes, I remember
broken.
that a
Oh,
bit. I remember
everything.
seeing that. I
People
remember
were
when I was watching
people
replays,
were
I would see a
using
lot of the
teams.
same teams.
People were using teams that were made that in current gen and recycled like minor tweaks. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
minor details changed. Mana is now timid instead of modest. Keldeo now runs hidden power grass instead of top. Stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
People used it. People used these kind of new offenses and punished them to hell and back. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
so happy that we're here in big 2025, and we can sit here with this viability. You simply cannot get away.
Yeah, you
You know
can.
what?
In
ORAS
fact,
became here
let's show
kind
the
of an
people
elitist
something.
tier if you think about it.
In fact, I need to show the people something. I've just remembered an interaction we had earlier today when I was building a team. Um, it was
Yes.
this. It was this plus Dragonite. I think it was Exca.
Oh, the sun. Yeah.
Yeah, this team. What do they have here?
Yeah. Titar.
I had Tita. Yeah,
Titar.
it was CB Tita. There's something else. Oh, Thunderous. Thunderous. This is what I had.
Yeah.
So I was building this team. Like it's a cool looking offense team because it's a mix of Sand and Lopunny, Dragonite, and Cress. And then when I
Yeah.
sent
It's
this to BluBird,
overwhelming physical offense.
yeah, it's an overload team. So I sent this to BluBird. Then the first thing I think I'll show the screenshot on here, like in post. He literally just sent one message and he said Weavile clicked Icicle Crash, and I was like, dude, you're right. This team is ruined by Weavile, and it's a perfectly fine team, perfectly fine. So I ended up changing it to this just because I need the ice resist. I need it. Otherwise,
And
it's
even and
completely
even
over.
then and even then, Weevil has that attribute that it will knock off once and then it will spam the ice move.
Yeah,
It
like this
click
is
ice
still
plus one
this is just a buffer.
one time.
It's not a safe, like completely safe answer.
Like think of the most simple example. Okay, you got a clef. You got a clef. Weevil a clef Slowbro, sorry. Weevil catches the clef with ice crash once. The rest of the game it can spam no.
Mm-hmm.
Clef is now to hit KO, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing can be said with Slowbro. You know what? No, I could have knockoff now until Weevil can spam the ice move.
Dude,
It's
if
just
I
a
get my Slowbro
detrimental.
caught, I got my Slowbro caught with knockoff, and now after rocks, it's to hit KO'd by Icicle Crash. It's so painful because
Yeah, exactly.
you have to play
Exactly.
out of your mind to recover from that position.
If you remember, I don't know, like since we're doing history stuff, I don't know if you remember a CBB's team that infamous Toxic Spikes, Protect Thunderous, Protect
Oh,
Exca,
the German
Protect
team.
whatever.
I remember it. I remember it. It
Yeah,
was
I
this.
think it's CBB that made it. I could be wrong. The main thing that is Protect spam, which synergizes very well Toxic, like Toxic.
I forgot what was the
One
last
of the
team.
main reasons it works, the last was that is a very good. It was Thunderous Therian, first of all, I think.
Oh yeah, it was this.
Yeah, and I think Volcanion last. I could be wrong.
No, it was not. It was not Volcanion.
I could be very.
I don't have that
I do
team
not
on here,
remember right
but
now.
it's okay.
Anyway, yeah. Weavile locks into moves. You spam with. Okay, so that's great because now you have some breathing room. Obviously, last here.
It was literally just these three have
Um,
protect.
yeah, and you just get away with end games that you shouldn't be getting away with,
Mm-hmm.
kind of, because of the protect spam and the priorities and whatever it was. Uh, Now we have to talk about the spam. After that, what we need to talk about the evolution
Hold
because
on,
Weavile
you're
is not
cutting out. You're cutting out. You're cutting out.
like.
Did you
Can
say
you
that
hear me
again?
now?
Say that again.
Can you hear me now? Yeah.
Yeah, can you hear
I'm
you now?
saying that Weavile evolves and adapts with the metagame, same as the other guys do. Okay. If Weavile sees that you're spamming protects, sees that all your teams are like, say, one, sudden death, and you're
Mm-hmm.
just scouting life away, Weavile will click Swords Dance, okay? Weavile will click Taunt, you know, the low kick, the aerial ace. I know it's ridiculous saying like aerial ace Weavile, like no one uses that shit,
Oh yeah,
okay?
this guy.
But it's a very real potential. Kill you, dude.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot. There's a more
My man.
prominent. There's a more prominent water type. I mean, fighting type. My bad.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. Like no one runs a real ace, no one really runs low kick, but you have to consider that too while playing because
This is
most of the
pain.
times you can't afford so most of the times you can't afford to not play around, not play safe versus we can't
Hmm.
see, so I'm gonna stay in with my superior. And like no one does that, and that's where, in my opinion, that scouting is the Weevil extremely dangerous,
Yeah, because the thing is,
and that's
Weavile,
why
we're
a
talking
lot of
about
names.
we're talking about this with Excadrill. High impact moves. All of Weavile moves. All of Weavile's moves are high impact. Knockoff is
Yeah,
knockoff.
definitely.
I want to say it's mandatory on every team. Icicle Crash is part of. Oh, we never mentioned the ORAS 30% club because now this I think this is the first time it's coming up. There's this
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
that we have in our tier called the 30%, and that's all the moves that have 30% like chances, like odds. So for example, all moves and I think abilities count as well because it's Icicle
Yeah,
Crash
yeah.
can flinch, Scald can burn, Flame Body can burn,
I don't
Static,
hit. I don't hit.
Iron Head can flinch. Oh yes,
I don't hit
there's that.
flinches. Yeah.
Iron Head flinch,
People
Discharge, but
think that
that's
extra
less.
drill.
Lava Plume,
Yeah.
etc. 30%
People
is a
think that
huge thing
extra
in our
drill.
tier. Oh,
Yeah,
30
absolutely,
sorry,
absolutely.
Rock Slide. I think Rock Slide also has 30% flinch. So these
Yeah,
two
yeah,
are
yeah, yeah.
flinches. These two are part of the flinch like sub clan of the 30%.
The bullshit card. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And one of the things that is highlighted by this 30% is that what is the opponent gonna do when they have something slower in versus Weevil that's spamming the ice press? Karma,
Mm-hmm.
they're
Dude,
just gonna stay in
Skarmory
and
is
like
barely a
non-blast.
check.
Yeah, like what are they gonna do? They have to roost. They have to play defensively,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where Weevil thrives because it clicks the funny button and it will get the funny effect eventually.
It
Okay,
forces it
and it's not
forces it
something that
forces
is, in
reactive
my
play.
opinion, in the power of the player. Yeah, it always rewards like in more. And now that we've covered,
Hold on, that last part
let's move on
you were
to like
cut off.
filler
Also, I
slot.
want to add on something to that. The thing is, Weavile is that it rewards you for just attacking. All you need to do with this guy is click and attack,
Yeah,
and you will get something.
in my opinion, is the best of non-mega offensive mod in the game.
Yeah, it
Okay,
is. That's a
like
very
genuinely,
it's. I think there's some people who are calling
it
it
fits
like
on every team.
your non-mega mega, like your mega that doesn't take a mega slot.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I absolutely agree with that. I absolutely agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
And now let's move on to the last placed slot on Banded Weavile. Okay, it's a secondary stab move, a secondary dark
Oh,
move.
how can I forget this?
We got Pursuit and Beat Up. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
again, make or break the Weavile team immediately. A lot of teams you can see a mile away. These type you saw on the screen, adding the Yancy, the Excalibur. This is a very known in right now. Cuban Black, last one
Oh, it was Kieran Black, yeah.
you're looking at.
And
Yep.
then this mega
Okay,
is one
and it
of
has a
three,
million variations. Yeah,
and
it
I
can be
think
Galate
you can
too,
also
can be
try.
Lopunny as
I was,
well.
I was experimenting with this because it has
The
about
answer
60
could, yeah,
attack,
yeah, yeah,
and then
absolutely.
there's Lopunny.
But when you see this, you immediately think that Weavile is beat up, and I will need a sturdy Dark Resist. Okay, because then Clef is more like an immediate. It usually is on CD.
Mm-hmm.
And that creates a more of a 50-50 kind of scenario that mostly favors the
Let me actually show you something.
like
Let me show the
40,
people something.
40% of Clef.
Because
40% of Clef, you force the softball, you get rocks up with drill, for instance.
uh,
Okay. The Weavile player is always on the winning side.
where is it? Beat up.
You can add
It's usually like
105
102
base
power,
power.
something like that.
Yeah, it's close to that.
And
My
this
beat
is
up team had 106, I think, something like that.
because of how the
It's
calculation is.
depending on the team and it's depending on the game and on the clef spread too.
If dude, God forbid you face this when you have this. Just God forbid that.
Yeah, dude, I'm saying like knock that shit off, and then you can spam beta. Like
Yeah, if this
depending
doesn't have
always like
leftovers,
on
it's a dire situation.
how much room Weevil gets and everything because it's a more offensive, but it threatens a lot of on the same thing. And then we have to pursuit. Okay, how many in the past like 3 years?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's exclude the ones that exist now that like are barely there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at the Gengars. Let's look at the Lakazam.
Holy, where did this guy go
Okay,
to? Where did this guy go? This guy
yeah, thank you,
fell off a
thank you very
cliff.
much.
Fell off a
Whenever
cliff.
whenever I'm thinking about building a team, whenever I think about building a team with like Victini, non-Scarf Victini,
This
sorry,
guy, oh my goodness, Jirachi,
Alakazam, Gengar, these kinds of monsters.
Jirachi,
The
um,
mon
the
the only
Latis
thing
don't
I'm
exist.
the only
Like
thing I'm
they're
thinking
weak
about
now.
Latios, Latios, dude.
Latios
Yeah.
specifically, yeah.
The only thing I'm missing is okay. You know what? I'm gonna give Weevil a free kill, and sometimes the opportunity is not worth the like the
Bro,
risk. Starmie, yeah. What is a
Starmie is
Starmie,
no
dude?
longer.
What the
Let
fuck?
me show you something. Let me show you something. Holy, I need to show you this. I need to show the people this calc. This shocked me to my core. This truly shocked me to my core.
Colbur?
37.5
What are
to
you
Oak of the.
doing? Like,
What?
what are
It's
you doing? Like, genuinely, what are you doing, dude?
This guy has no role. He has zero niche because of even if you try run Kolba, no, you're still gonna because
You can try your protect stuff to bait the pursuit and whatever.
dude, Starmie
But
is the
if you run
easiest thing
protect
in
your
the world
leftovers,
to chip. It's the easiest thing in the world to chip.
it's just that Weevil is so oppressive and so it's the single most restricted mod.
Mm-hmm.
And like on the builder, when you build stuff, the thing that you will struggle,
Hold on,
and that's a,
you're cutting out again. But you're saying the thing that you'll struggle
I'm
most
saying if
with
you're building
is finding a good
on the
weaver like
builder,
answer on your
yeah,
team.
yeah. And we talked about Pokemon adapting, like using themselves to adapt to the game. Weevil.
One
Keldeo
of
for a long time,
uh-huh.
after like the Volcanion rise and everything, it slowly started like because people used to play around Agriculture, AV Tornadoes, Serpra, and then Keld rose up again because Weevil, like,
You need a sturdy Weavile answer. Like this Keldeo is it
what
gives
can you
I
do?
think
Like,
Keldeo is offense's best like answer into Weavile. Because it'll always it sure it's gonna take like
yeah,
35% from the resisted attack, but at least it's resisting both of the hits.
on some offenses, it takes it long enough, you know?
It just yeah,
That's the kind of thing that you look at.
it buys you the 2 to 3 turns you need that to answer Weavile.
Okay, let me show you some. Go on the calc and
Okay.
please type in. I posted that thing on the forums. Go Thunderous.
Thunderous.
Yep. Go Bulky Paper, whatever. Okay, so what I want you to do,
Uh-huh.
what's the set there? Okay, disregard the 240. Okay, you go. Sure,
You said? Oh, is it hold on, just repeat that. I
it
can't hear you.
is.
Uh-huh.
Can you hear me now? 106, no, 96 HP and 168 defense.
Yeah.
Check the ISOR card.
Check that.
ISOR, the ISOR. This is what I had. This is what I had to do in SPL because my
Dude,
team was so volatile
what
versus Weaver. Okay,
bro?
I had to make sure I leave one. I leave one so I can thunder wave that bitch because, and this is not me like tipping my own. This is literally the length.
This is desperation. This is desperation.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, that leaves room for 4 special attack EVs. Goodbye, Thunderous. You're no longer a Pokemon. You just like bait. You're tangling in front of them.
Bro, what even?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's whatever. But Thunders will get to it like in whenever we get to it.
Eventually.
Anyway, I think enough about Weevil. Like I will see this thing in my nightmares. Like
I think the top four is like, oh my god, I hate facing. I mean, Xcard less so, but these three are such a pain to face. Until you get to this guy, then you're like, oh, thank God he brought
yeah.
Clefable.
Oh god, it screams Latias, not serve. Thank you very much.
Like when I see Clefable, I'm like, oh, thank goodness it's this instead of whatever the demons there are. Cause I mean, like, yeah, it's still difficult. Like it's still Clefable, but it's like, oh, it's a breath of fresh air. Instead of getting to it KO'd and flinched
Yeah,
and all of that, at least I can do
in two
something
turns.
versus
Yeah,
it.
we'll have to do it like in 14 turns. Yeah.
I
I
think
will get
Clefable is
to
on
play
here
the
just
game a
because
bit
of
before I. Yeah.
Clefable is on here because it's like your
It's the
utility
nepo
guy.
baby of the earth.
Yeah, it's the nepo
Okay,
baby, that's for
it's the
sure.
nepo baby. It's there because people refuse to leave it like to let it go, but
This is a trust fund.
it is what it is, man.
I mean, like, who are we
And
gonna
this
put
is
here?
not a
Like, you
biased.
can't get rid
This
of
is
this
not a
guy.
biased take at all. This is not a biased take at all.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna say Clefable is trash. I'm gonna say that Clefable is very overrated.
Okay, yeah.
People can fight me. I will actually, if you want, I can link my Discord on the description so people can come in my
I'll
DMs and
I'll, I'll
fight
link
him.
it there as
I
well.
don't mind. I can talk.
All right, let's pause it
Beautiful.
for a
Thank you
bit.
very much.
Okay, so we just came back from a bathroom break, but because we're
How
BKC,
many?
we actually paused the video and didn't let it run for 5 minutes.
The meta joke.
Anyway, where were we? Yeah, when I see Clefable, I'm relieved because thank goodness it's Clefable.
Yeah, it's only Clef. Like,
Yeah, it's only Clef.
no skin off my back. Yeah. Like, say that to a current Zen player, like someone who was playing there in current Zen, and they'd like start throwing bricks or
They'd have an aneurysm or something.
like
They'd have
Clef,
they'd have
current
a
Zen,
seizure.
Clef, yeah, Clef in current Zen was the guy,
Hmm.
okay? Because it was pre-Excadrill like resurgence, and it was the classic, okay, Calm Mind, Moonblast.
Hmm.
You rarely needed to see any variations from that because
Was that the
Thunderwave was
was that
ridiculous and
when they made what's it called that evil set that I tried to use of just CM Moonblast T Wave soft? Because
yeah,
Thunderwave is
that
the
was the
coverage.
that
Thunderwave
was
is
the
your
standard.
coverage. Thunderwave is your coverage.
Exactly. You know what you did? You had a Mega Venusaur in front of you. You Thunderwave. You spam Salt Boiled. No skin off your back. Eventually it get parrots. Now you Calm Mind. Eventually Venusaur will
Sickening.
either or it will just get full parrot or run out of slots. If it does crit, you know what you say the slur going to the next game. And that was the mentality that encouraged ORAS OU VR.
I'm so glad that we have
Great
honor
time to be alive.
and we have like actual like threats. Like Clefable's never gonna get to do that versus the potential icicle crash flinch or the +2 leaf storm that's gonna just destroy it, or the +3 surf, or the
And
plus
the
or
millions of
all
stones
of the attacks that
running
just do
around and the
sixty
meta could
percent.
snap on it.
Every single
Yeah,
like
Clef is
when I look at
really
this screen,
bulky.
everything on here can do 60% minimum to Clef with ease, and it's not even something that they
Except
have to think
for
about. Except for Zapdos, and Zapdos
exception
just
being fucking Zapdos.
yeah, and
Yeah.
that guy just volt switches into one of these guys to do the sixty
Yep.
percent for it.
And it vol switches and leaves Clef in range of the other guys we're talking about.
Literally, yeah.
Like,
It does the 30% so that they come in and do the 70s. Like it's
yep.
crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of insane. Jokes aside, Clef is definitely not the mon it used to be. Let's clear that.
Hmm.
It is one defensive profile, like Dark Resist. Where the fuck do you find those?
Yeah.
Okay, like it's soft sex a lot, like a big part of the game. Like you scroll and you see that Clef can take one every single one of those mon.
It takes
Life will
it can take a hit from everything except
be
Meteor
massive.
Mash, and even that I think is the role. If I check the calc, if I remember correctly.
No, I don't think it's a role, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was a role because I haven't had this calc come up in like a million
5
years
billion
now.
years.
Um,
I think it's a rogue,
yeah,
yeah.
Jesus,
But it's in
yeah,
Metagross's
a
favor.
disgusting moment. Now you can see why Thunderwave was the coverage back in the day.
Yeah, because like, what even is this? 56.
Yeah.
That's not even that.
And Clef is one of those mons that adapted cleverly to the game
Mm-hmm.
because people saw Clef having to use to take Mega Meditum.
Mm-hmm.
There was a certain time that Meditum was.
Hold on, you're breaking up again. You're breaking up.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's good
Oh,
now.
there was a time in the meta game that the only Meditum you would find was High Jump Kick, Thunder Punch, Fake Out, Bullet Punch with Adamant. Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
Max Clef just barely like takes two high jump kicks, just
Yes, I
barely
know
though.
I know
Okay,
that
with
calc.
leftover, people were very reluctant on drifting away from that spread, and that's when your life current max, started like rising. Like yeah, you see that calc there. Okay,
Barely,
and
like
then
just
Meditam started
barely.
finding Zen. Yeah, like it genuinely like at the skin of its.
It's less than ten
Then you
percent.
had like special attackers coming up, more Mega Kazams, and Clef is one of the main metagame adapt against it. Okay, because the main thing is that Clef is slow, while the other S ranks are not slow.
Mm-hmm.
Not just slow in speed, it's slow in the progress making. Knockoff is an immediate hit.
It likes to take its time. It takes a lot of turns to get going.
Eventually, yeah, exactly. But the tier is not as.
It's not as
It's very
balanced.
hostile towards that
Remember,
kind of playstyle.
remember when I loaded that
Like
balanced team
Clef
and
on
like,
bulky offense.
yeah,
Yeah, Clef on bulky offense now it's really tough to get because now like Volcarona punishes. Standard teams trends. Let's say
hmm.
your hyper
Hold on,
offense
hold on, hold on. You're
is
breaking up again. I
because
don't know
of
why.
the standard.
Um, I don't know why that is. But anyway, you're saying um, it's slow in breaking and it gets punished very hard by these offensive threats. Like Volcarona can set up on it.
Basically,
Asterix.
yeah,
I think the thing with Clef
yeah.
is that
Nowadays,
it's like marginally, like it's on the borderline, like it's just there. It's just good enough to be S tier because sure everything beats it, but it can beat everything. Like none of the special attackers, like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's
That's a
also
very
it's also part
good
of that thirty
understanding.
percent club. Remember, Moonblast can drop special attack, and that has ruined so many people's like end games. I now have been part of
Or
that.
make Serperior's day. In Serperior's case, he can make a day.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Sorry, so I forget
uh,
Superior doesn't care
yeah,
about your feelings or opinions or your special
yeah,
attack
Pokemon.
drops.
Did we mention that Pokemon? Okay, so Clef is very vividly like an example of a mon suffering from his own success. It's
hmm.
because it was so good at it doing the thing it did
Hmm.
that it just got overloaded with tasks done
Yeah,
like often, and it couldn't no longer like keep up with it. Like Lopunny now runs Adam
yeah.
Clef
Just because it has a chance
standing.
to do it KO.
Yeah, stuff like that, small stuff like that. The uptick of 8-0 use a lot of solution anymore. You
Um.
return with Lop, and now Clef is faced with a choice, which is either you're low and HP. Okay, you either leave your Clef low in case, or you have Clef's playstyle follows this soft. That's where because a lot of right
Hold
there.
on, hold on, hold on. It's like you're cutting in and out and in and out and in and out. But like I get what you're saying that
Oh my god.
um with that Lopunny example, the way it has to trade whether it's either gonna stay low, which lets it be abused, or it's gonna have to
Yeah,
heal up and give you that free turn that you can use to now abuse it. Like it's
yeah,
a
and
it's a
that's
catch
almost always
it's a catch all. It's a what's it called? I think catch 22, whatever it's called. It's a lose
that's
lose for
22.
Clef.
22, yeah.
It's a lose lose because you're
Yeah,
either
all the
low,
power is in the offensive one.
yeah,
Yeah, all the power is in the offensive mons in the tier, and Clef just suffers from that a lot, and it leaves. let's say, yeah, it does check a lot of guys well enough, but it doesn't count guys. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. It doesn't counter anything, but it
The eight
checks
here.
everything.
Left can take a hit from every single one of those with the correct set and a bit of luck.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it can't take it from all the guys on on its own.
It
Okay,
can't
or
do.
it
It
can't
can't
do it
check all of them at the same time. It has to pick. Like when you're slotting on
because
Clef on
at
your
the
team, you're deciding. Okay, I need it to like especially defensive is a thing because of what's it called, Diancie and Alakazam. So you're accepting that you're never gonna take a hit from Weavile. You're never gonna take a hit from
yeah, yeah,
Metagross,
yeah,
from Exca, Tyranitar, etc.
yeah. And since you quoted BKC when we came back, I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
quote him again and say, um, Clef is deceptively bulky. It's because it doesn't have great defensive stats, but Magic Guard,
It's immune
you're
to
not
passive
gonna take
damage. Yeah.
that tip from Stealth Rocks, from Sand, from Toxic or Burn or what.
Mm-hmm.
It has this strength to it, so it stays in 100% a lot.
Yeah.
And I think we're being a bit unfair because in all the rest we stuck to the positives mainly. Okay, we barely talked, and
I think
now
it's
we're
I think it's also
around
biased
hitting
because
on Clef.
we both play very offense teams, very offensive teams. So like
Yeah,
when we see Clef, we're like, oh, we're just gonna overload it as is usual. Like I think you're definitely right when you say we're harping on it too much. Like we're a bit too negative because Clef definitely it's S tier for a reason. It's not just like it's not sure it's a nepo baby, but it is S tier for a reason. It's not just here just to like have
let's
fun
think.
and stuff.
Let's think of it like this.
Uh
When you're thinking of consistent rocker, your
Clef is
mind
them.
goes to what?
Exca, Clef,
There
Landorus.
you go.
Those three.
Because yeah, because Clef knows as a user that you know what, I will set rocks up because I force in the X code.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of rocks, I click knockoff here. Okay. Next time I'm in, I'm gonna click rocks. Extra rocky helmet. Now it's over. I can spam Moonblast if I calm my Clef, flamethrower, and then you can spam Moonblast. This kind of thing. A lot of teams defensively are in the tier, and it's very slept
Hold
on.
on, you cut off for that part of a
Not
lot of teams defensively.
are weak to flame Clef, flamethrower
Yes.
Clef.
Oh my days. Flame
Because
Clef is,
it
I
boils
think,
down to the
it's
thing.
it's so annoying to face. Like if let me just elaborate
It
on this
boils
further.
down to what I said. Yeah, yeah. Go
Like
on.
what's it called? Flame plus either knock or T wave. Sometimes if I'm loading like the wrong offense, like if I get too cocky with my offense team, I'm gonna get ruined by that flame plus T wave because flame plus T wave, or even sometimes they drop rocks and they just go knock T wave. If you can with Clef, if you can run knock plus T wave, it's an incredible. Like it's very very annoying to face. It's very annoying to face because if it has flamethrower, they knock off your X card. Now it's every single time it comes in, it's a threat of taking 40% from Clef. It can only come in twice. It's gonna paralyze your Lopunny. It's gonna eat the psychic. It's gonna paralyze your Zam. It can enable. It's I think the thing with Clef is that it can. It's a great enabler, but it's a very abusable enabler. That's the
Yeah,
thing. That's its trait.
yeah, yeah, very well put. Very well put. Similar to Excadrill, actually, in that case,
Mm-hmm. They are. That's it. That's why they were both
because you have
top two in the old VR.
exactly, yeah. And another thing that I have to point out with Clef is that offense, let's say it's offense versus balance, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Offense has all the tools in the world, all the creativity in the world to
To break
just
apart the
overwhelm
balance team.
that kind of team. Like your Don't Thunderous, now you Volt and it stays low. You fucking whatever.
You're cutting
Balance
out again.
or have the balance doesn't have the same tools that offense does to win that matchup,
Mm-hmm.
except for when we talk has incredible utility.
Mm-hmm.
It has knockoff, it has Thunderwave, it has Anchor, it
It
has
has very
Stab
high.
Moonblast always
Again,
corrosive.
all of these STs they have very high impact moves. Knockoff and Thunderwave is
Yeah,
a busted
absolutely.
combo because you have
And
the
then you
item
go,
removal of Weavile and you have the paralysis of Superior and Thunderous.
yep, yep, the best attributes of the best mons. like fitting into this like small toolkit that is Clef.
It's
And the
literally
best
a jack of
description
all
I can
trades.
find, I was gonna say, I was gonna go there. Like the best description, Jack of all. I cut
Jack
off
of all
again,
trades,
didn't I?
master of none. And oh
Yeah,
yeah,
in the current state of the meta game.
the thing with Clef is that it's not just that it's stuck doing this defensive blob whatever. It can also the life orb set
Yeah,
is also really good. Like fat teams, you're
in my
always
opinion,
gonna
it's the best.
expect
It's the best available.
it's the best Clefable on. I think yeah, especially on fat, it's the best Clefable because that life of Moonblast is a threat. Paired with it, like even the
Dude,
three attacks, like I saw Ice Beam plus Flamethrower being used once with the Moonblast. You don't even need to use Calm Mind. You just click attacks, and you're forcing
yeah,
a lot of chip and progress.
and you sit on a lot of the passive mons in the tier.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like Rotom, stuff like a lot of Among Us are like skipping Sludge Bomb now, and they're paying for it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Uh, the same can be said about Chansey. A lot of them run versus the ground types. You
Yeah.
know, stuff like that, and Cleft feasts off of that.
Yeah.
And generally, I want to say it's a great mon. Used to be, but now the meta game genuinely punishes
You
in a
got out a
very
bit, but
efficient
I
way.
heard it's a great one, but the meta punishes it. Essentially, yeah.
Yeah. By the way, Mix, your screen share just died.
It did. Oh, okay. But it's okay.
Yep.
We're just like we're showing anything anymore. I think we're closing now. Like I think
Yeah,
that's enough for like this
we're
video.
both recording. Yeah, we're both recording from fucking trash can.
Literally,
Let's just
dude.
make like an outro.
This is genuinely a potato. But anyway, yeah. I think um I think due to like the length of this video, because we're now on one
Like a
hour
Zam,
20.
so we might need.
We're on 1 hour 26 minutes. I think we'll just do like each like tier. I don't know. It's gonna take us a long time, but I don't mind doing that. And then probably we can do like once you
Yeah,
get to like B
I can do
minus.
tomorrow.
Oh, that's good then. If we can do like B
Yeah.
minus. Once we reach like B minus and C tier, we just do all of them in one video because bro, who is running? Who is running those guys? I'm not even gonna open the VR. They don't deserve to be
But,
looked at.
but yeah, but for consistency's sake, we should talk about Mega Lakazam and then because it's in the current VR and the S tier.
Ugh, I hate this guy. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. But fine. Let's just be brief. Let's be brief, and then we can cover him on the when he's in his real tier, which is A plus. I don't care. Focus plus sucks.
The 30% club.
Dude, yes, literally. Oh my goodness.
The 30% club is the classic. It's a classic example of 30% chance to lose the game versus Mega Lakazam. Like genuinely.
Oh my days. Dude, it's not even 30%.
Uh,
Like generally it's not.
yeah.
I think there's a time I went in a ladder session. How many games it was? How many games was it? It was both Gen 5 and Gen 6 I was doing at the same time. I think I missed out of like my 30, 40 games, I missed 2 focus blasts. I was on a crazy streak. Because
Yeah, and Zam
Alakazam when it hits
emphasizes that
is
because
busted. It is crazy broken.
it's the most common take on Zam nowadays. You know,
Yeah,
that
like and
30% of the time
it
it's
has merit.
not. Yeah,
If focus
like
blast was
70% of the
100%
time it's
accurate,
the best defensive one with here.
dude,
Because
if
when you're talking about
uh-huh.
a mon with high impact, a mon that kills everything, you'd think of like a Zam. Okay, it has like 100 billion fucking base special attacks that
175 I think it
blistering
is.
speed.
It's
Yeah,
stupid
and
and it's the
enough
fastest mega.
bulk. Like enough, it's enough bulk to take on the fucking priorities that come. That's
Yeah, that's one
the
of my
most
biggest
annoying
like
thing.
that's one of the most annoying things about it. I think the only priority move is that kills it, and even this, in fact, we have to confirm this with the calc because I'm still not confident. It literally will take every single priority move except for Bishop Sucker Punch. I need to confirm this.
Yep.
This has been bothering me. I need to see if this is a real calc.
Oh baby, oh baby, oh baby, you're missing a big detail. A big detail.
Dude, what?
You're missing a very big detail here. Check Alakazam's ability, please.
Okay, all right, all right. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. Dude, this is the multi-scale intact. Without it, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Why? I bet it doesn't even take that many
That's
EVs to
banded team.
guaranteed live this.
I mean, it takes after rocks, it takes a lot of. But no, don't get me wrong. Like, I think my spread was 112 HP. No,
112?
100 and 112 HP
Mm-hmm.
and 8 defense, I think, which is for
6.3.
Metagross BP. I have to double check.
Let's see.
But it's reasonable that you have bulk on Alakazam and it does like peel. +1 bullet punch.
Oh, plus it lives +1.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my days.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
days.
no, no, no. It's 112 and 36 in defense.
36. Oh my
That's
days.
what I had.
Oh my days. And I bet this doesn't even weaken it that much, like genuinely. This is like 108,
Yeah,
right?
it's 132 special attack. It's 413. Like,
Yeah,
it's more
413.
special
That's
attack than most
that's more
Dream
than like
and Dream.
adamant base 135.
Yeah.
Madness.
And when you think of the fucking, I think like when it comes to what we said about speed being the new defense,
Mm-hmm.
there's not a better example than Megalagazan.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. The number of times you just come in and then you click this move.
Yep. Taunt is my favorite set by far.
Taunt
Like,
as well,
it's
yeah.
so evil. It's so evil.
Taunt, sub,
Incredible.
there's
Trace.
sub as well.
Yeah.
And then the ability, I
Trace.
think the
That's an
ability is what
underrated
makes it
ability.
crazy because it has every single ability in the game.
Incredible. You know that, like, when you remember in SM, right?
Mm-hmm.
When Mega Latios was there back then,
Mm-hmm.
he used to run like Ice Beam, Psychic, and Earthquake.
And yeah, and
Okay,
then I will give Alakazam
and
free entry.
yep, free. Like, Latios used to run Draco Meteor just because Mega
They started
Alakazam
running
like
that, yeah.
abused it. Um, Other than that, it can do some really freaky stuff. Like, I remember fucking copying Prankster from Thunderous and taunting on the Thunder Wave or subbing on the Thunder Wave.
I love doing that.
The
I love that
multi-scale
interaction.
example of it. Yeah, yeah. Uh, like, I remember, I like in the ladder. I even remember like getting a Mega Diancie and magic back the
Oh my
because of
goodness. If
Trace.
I'm that guy, I shoot my
It
computer. How
was
can you
like,
do that to me?
yeah,
That's crazy disrespect.
like it's fucking insane. Yeah. And the best and most important attribute of Trace in ORAS OU is absolutely tracing Regenerator.
Hmm.
Torn is one of the biggest pivots, no, what's the most consistent pivots in Mega League.
The
It
thing I
doesn't.
don't like about
You will stay in. You will fight.
the thing I don't like about Tornadoes anymore as my Alakazam check these days is that you just give back Alakazam health. Like you just give it
Exactly.
health. Yeah, you're just giving
Even
it free
even if it
basically.
U-turns, who gives a fuck? Who's gonna pursue Mega Alakazam?
Yeah.
Please, like,
Oh, sorry. This
do you
is
know, like, yeah, the mirror, yeah.
yeah like dude, eat. This is anything that is not 100% Alakazam. Eat easily. Eat.
Yeah, because if you think about it, that is like what you get 30% off.
Yeah.
All of a
So
sudden,
you
you get it
basically did
back.
only 20%. You did 20 to like 25.
And when you think about, yeah, yeah, and when you think of stuff that like it can get abused, it's like Chansey, Thunderwave, Alakazam. Who cares? I trace natural. I can just come back later and try again. You can think
Status
of,
absorber Alakazam is
um,
crazy.
yeah, my favorite thing is Don't Zam copying like the chances the hippos or what
Mm-hmm.
toxic, sorry, poison heal from Gliscor. It's
Oh,
over.
there's a
Zam
game. I
never
think it
messes
was
out again.
I don't know if it was a tournament game or it was a friendly where my friend, like, they messed up. They gave me they toxicked my Alakazam, and then I came in on their Gliss score that was on like 50%. And then I just
Like,
started clicking.
it's so funny.
I think my Alakazam was on 30%. I just started clicking attacks. They had no priority because it was a fat team. So I just started clicking attacks. And I won because I never
You
needed
know,
to switch out because I just kept on getting 12%, 12%, 12%.
and the funny thing is that when I'm seeing this matchup, I'm actively looking to get Alakazam top. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
yes,
eager
you
to get
want
that
it. You
seed
want it
off.
so bad.
I'm so eager to get that seed off. Like, genuinely, I'm so enthusiastic when it comes to silly interactions like this. But yeah, let's go for the basic traits. Alakazam is his biggest like nightmares, okay? Because even if it is sub, Anko, taunt, whatever it may be,
Oh,
nothing is
I was
a
actually
lot
writing the what's it called, the new analysis. Hold on a sec.
great. Yeah,
Um, Here it is. Let me find it. It's somewhere on my profile. And Ruffles was showing me this crazy set that I'm like, I don't know if I buy it, but like it's real. I've tried it. It's a real set that exists. Where is it?
what is it? Fucking
Yeah, here it is.
God.
So
Is it
firstly, there's
fucking
this one. This is like
taunt recover?
the standard that we're using. No,
Yeah,
it's
okay.
when you see it, you're gonna like. There's a reason why. Let me scroll slowly so that you just see the name only. You see this
Yeah, yeah.
colorful attacker, right? Because when you see the moves, it's gonna be a bit of a culture shock because we have everything on here. CM,
Did you say
HP5.
culture shock?
Okay, sorry, not you, not you. I don't think you'd find it a culture shock, but like the regular unsuspecting ORAS player, when they see that, like, Alakazam has such colorful moves. It has the pink, it has the red, it has
You
the
know what's
gray,
the
it has
secret? What's the secret?
the red, the green, the brown, the purple, whatever.
The secret is that Alakazam is one of the most easily customizable mons, spread and set wise generally. Okay.
Here it is in other
You're
options,
weak
this
to
one
the
as well.
anti, okay, I will run Energy Ball and will always be able to revenge kill.
Hmm.
Are you weak to classic interaction? Like, oh, I'm weak to sand. What is it? Sand teams because of Trace.
Oh,
Okay.
what's it called? My
And
favorite
then you
is
say,
using when you face like specially defensive Gastrodon and then just like melt it with energy ball.
oh God, yeah, immediately.
Get it out of
And
my
you have
sight.
stuff like
Yeah.
Thunder Wave, knockoff, on. You have so many good moves to use, you know.
It has because of the Gen 1 like move pool, whatever, it has all of the moves it could ever
Yeah,
ask for.
yeah.
And more. Like it has
X-Ray was
more on
using
top of that.
fucking Future Sight Protect at one point on
I,
Zam,
I,
just
I remember
testing it
was it
out.
who was it? I think no, dude, I think I faced you on ladder with that. It was. I hate that set. I hate that set. I don't remember the game exactly. All I know is that I saw Future Sight Alakazam and I wanted to click X so fast because that Future Sight is so strong. Oh my goodness, it's strong.
I run. I remember I ran like Signal Beam Zam just to drop Focus Blast because we'll
Hmm.
get on Focus Blast in a second. You know, because it does good versus Cress, T-Tart, things
I
like it
think.
cuts out common people. Focus Blast and Shadow Ball
I think in a few years we're gonna
together.
start running like the Gen 5 type of sets with like Signal Beam, HP Ice because we're gonna realize that Alakazam can beat all of its checks just by
Yes.
changing the move.
And now let's address the elephant in the room,
Hmm.
the Copperaza in the room, the elephant in the room, whatever you want to call it. Uh, Speaking of the 30% class,
Uh huh.
okay, you have the the chairman, that guy, the poster boy. Take it's a very
Hold on. You're
like
breaking up. You're breaking up.
rapidly
You're breaking
one
up.
of the most rapidly existing takes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Good. One of the most popular takes is that Alakazam is broken 70%.
Yes.
Alakazam wins games 70% of the time. I remember playing Nico.
Hmm.
I knew what he was bringing. I had a very good idea. he was spamming a certain team, like Sand team with Crescent. I bulked my Alakazam to eat Cresselia Ice Beam behind.
Behind a sub.
And I knew that, yeah,
Uh
and
huh.
I subbed because I knew that I wanted to have two shots of hitting the T-Tar, which was Smooth Rock, not Soppleberry. Smooth Rock.
Mm-hmm.
I subbed. I missed twice. I got pursuit
Ah,
trapped.
dude,
At the
that
same
hurts.
game,
Uh huh.
if granted I landed,
Uh huh.
like there was nothing you can do. Like the matchup is so severe. Like it's
It's
not
so
like I
skewed
blame
now.
Nico, whoever it is, for dodging Focus Blast. A lot of people have been like actively seeking out scenarios where they switch Weavile on Psychic and then just play the roulette. You know, I'm gonna click Pursuit, and there's something you can do, but it's not in your hand. Good luck. Like genuinely, like
It's
you
literally
reach
like,
out, you
okay,
say
yeah,
click hand,
I'm
you
gonna.
say good luck.
I've faced that before on ladder, like like in fact, literally this
I'm
week, the
gonna
number of
lose.
times I've faced that where it's like, okay,
I'm
bring Weavile in. I'm immune to psychic. All right, let's just shake hands and let's
yeah.
see whether this lands. Like genuinely, that is the
Spin the
interaction.
roulette. Yeah,
Yeah.
the bullet in the chamber and see who hits. Yes. One of us is gonna lose this game right now.
Like it's like, you know what? We're tired of playing all these turns like dance around their threats. Let's just accept on this turn it'll decide the game. Like good.
Yep. Like Kazam is so ridiculous that I had to start using Scarf Weavile. Like
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
gen-
Oh my god. No, that should
I
not be
don't
released.
know
That should not be released to the
if
public.
you
No, please.
remember if
That
you
should not be
remember
released to
that
the.
game in ADPL, if that game in ADPL versus Comp, he had a Mega Kazam fast.
Uh huh.
Well, I had like Zapdos out,
Mm-hmm.
Collect Pursuit, it was over. Bye bye Alakazam. And
Dude. Yeah.
it is silly, it is stupid as fuck, okay, but you have to understand that it's fine line with either offense or fat teams because Taunt is so oppressive against
Mm-hmm.
everything that you have to come up with creative solutions, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
And what is he gonna do? Like not click psychic does?
Did you know the thing is,
You
against
know?
so many teams, psychic is such a free move to like just click.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially once
And
you weaken the like.
the chances drop.
Yeah. Again, oh my days. Another 30%. Another 30%. Psychic drop, shadow ball drop, energy ball drop. When you run that, focus blast miss is 30%.
Bro, not gonna lie. If you find an energy ball like Azam and it lacks you with energy ball, he probably deserves it, okay?
Yeah, he definitely
Like
does. He definitely, dude. If they switch in like Tita and I get the drop, like accept that I was supposed to win that game.
yeah, yeah, pretty much.
Hmm.
And there's like this
Actually, let me see this
it
card.
creates
Uh huh.
so many different scenarios, okay? Like let's say there's an Omega Alakazam, Mega Evolve, and your opponent goes T-Tar
Hmm.
on the side of all of the psychic, okay? What are you gonna do as this? Are you gonna last? Like saying, okay, he actually wants to risk it, I will click. But there's such an easy move to go back to Naidus and you know, it's kind of those meta calls that you have to know the grasp of the tier, have the grasp to play very well. Like because Alakazam as guy
Hold on, you're breaking.
because such a
You're breaking up.
delicate
You're
line.
breaking up. You're breaking up. You stopped at the.
I'm saying that
It's a meta. It's you need meta knowledge to know what Alakazam's gonna do something like that.
yeah, because it is a stupid mon to play versus. Okay, but when someone is just greeting, throwing focus with the praying beads, they can only go so far. They might
Yeah,
win 1, 2, 3, 5 games. Eventually, it will bite them. So you have to know because it's such a delicate mon wise and speed wise and everything.
I think
You have to know what you're doing.
Alakazam is a skill check Pokemon. Definitely.
Absolutely,
It's
absolutely,
it's
yeah.
it's it's a knowing how to use Alakazam is a sign of skill. Like you need to know what you're doing. You can't just. It's not one of those like sure
When you
you can be a Poke Paste warrior and be given a Metagross team and you'll be fine. But with Zam, you have to know what you're doing.
Yeah, because like when you're learning the game or when you're teaching the game to someone, you have to let them know about risk versus reward is
Mm-hmm.
one of the most in the game. And Alakazam is the poster boy of that.
Yeah,
Okay. If you're willing to throw your Alakazam in and start throwing Focus Blast, you don't need to risk that.
yeah.
I
You need
hope
like
you get punished.
i-
Yeah.
if you switch Zam
I
in like
hope you get
early,
punished for that.
if you switch Zam in early and you just start clicking Focus Blast, like you just start firing them off. Like please, I am praying you lose. I'm praying you lose. The other day, I was doing a test game with someone. Like it was just a one-off match, and I was like, you know what? Let me try play like someone who you know that like noob check. Like you just go Zam. Oh, I can bring Zam in for free and just start clicking. I
You
lost that
stay
game
in,
so hard
you
because
stay
I
in versus everything.
say it versus everything. Like because I brought in Zam on
Yeah, yeah.
turn 3, and then I started clicking. I just started clicking. I lost my Zam and I lost the game so hard.
Yeah,
Like it was I think it was a 5-0 because I didn't play with my Zam intelligently.
which is why I'm saying that it is overwhelming, it is oppressive as a mon, but
Hmm.
it's fair. Even though
Yeah.
that might sound like bullshit, because to ORAS players, Zam is not a fair mon, for the user or for the player playing against it. But it's a
It's
fair
so
dynamic. Like
stressful to
it's
use.
some risk. Yeah, it's some risks that you really have to take into consideration.
Hmm.
And the same kind of applies for every mon in this S tier. Like linking glare with
I think
canon,
uh-huh.
but consistent play requires to make the most out of these mons. And that's why I love Auras.
For sure. I
Because
think
like lazy builders
the thing I like about
players can get
these
punished so easily.
the thing I like about these STs the most is that yeah, sure, everything is risk reward. I think Clef and Zam like most exemplify that because Clef is more risk defensively, Zam is more risk offensively. But if you get
Yeah,
it right,
that's
you
fair.
get some beautiful games. Truly amazing to watch and play as well. Because sure the risk is high, but the reward you get is so fulfilling.
It's stupid. The reward is stupid, like genuinely. How much mileage you can get out of a mon
I'm
if you
trying to
play
end
it.
this. I'm trying to end this on a positive note, dude. But anyway, yeah.
Anyway, to wrap it up, Alakazam is one of the best offensive decks to the entire tier, and it's one
Hmm.
of the best decks to offense. Like Hyper often struggle a lot because of
Speed. It
the
just
sheer power and speed
all of the
and
speed
the
boosting
utility key.
threats are slower than Alakazam at +1. Just to note that for future for people who want to know that information.
Well, not all like Volcarona outspeeds.
Okay, all right, Volcarona because Volcarona
Yeah,
has to. It always has to be different. Always has to be different.
yeah, the special snowflake.
Is there anything else? Like, yeah, I think that's just it. Maybe
Yeah, not a
Zygarde,
lot of stuff. Scarface outspeed.
but
It's
we'll talk
like
about this
mega,
guy another day.
like Scarf Lando.
Oh
I
yeah,
hope
Scarf
not.
Lando.
Scarf Lando. Yeah, it's coming back just because it's a
Yeah, for
Zapsec.
sure.
Okay,
There's this guy. We'll get to him eventually. We'll get to this guy. I want to talk about him, but
my
not now.
baby, my
Another
baby, Big Chungus.
another day. But anyway, yeah, I think that's it for the
Yeah.
first video. It's been a bit messy, audio
Yep.
issues, stuff like that.
Only
But
took three work days to finish.
yeah,
Just two guys ranting about it.
one hour
Yeah,
50, 1 hour 48 minutes, almost 50 minutes. But it's
beautiful.
this is very fun. Tomorrow we talk about the A+ tiers. These guys down here. These
Yeah,
guys
the outcast, the fuckers. Yeah.
so annoying, but
Anything
less
else you
annoying.
want to add?
Uh huh.
Anything else you want to add?
Not really. I think that's it. So yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.
Bye, guys.